Welcome to the chapter Energy. This slide presents the overview of the chapter. Learning objectives. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand the importance of energy, describe energy resources, interpret energy resources in future, explain conservation of energy resources. Now, let us start our chapter with the introduction. We know energy is required to do work and to cause change. For example, to lift an object, we require energy. This energy is obtained from the food we eat. Do you know what is energy? What are the different resources of energy? What would be the position of energy resources in future? How do we conserve energy resources? Let us try to answer these questions and learn more about energy and its resources. First, let us know what is energy. The ability to do work is called energy. Energy makes the things to change. Energy is needed to do all the activities right from cooking food to running an industry. Energy makes plants grow, it helps people to carry things, it cooks food, and it lights our homes. Energy is needed for men and machines to work and for vehicles to move. For example, some vehicles and machines need fuels like petrol, diesel, electricity, and gas to run. While some vehicles like bullock cart and rickshaw do not need fuel, instead humans pull them with energy obtained from eating food. Some gadgets need electricity. Some depend on solar energy, while some others need fuels to get the energy needed for their operation. Energy is the basis for all operations, work, and movements. Energy is used for different purposes and in different forms. Knowledge check. Attempt the following questions to check your understanding. Let us study about different energy resources. Energy is obtained from different sources like sun, wind, water, petrol, diesel, coal, gas, etc. The world needs energy for many things. These resources are useful for any work and for survival. Resources of energy are classified into two groups. They are non-renewable energy resources, renewable energy resources. Let us learn in brief about non-renewable energy resources. Non-renewable resources or finite energy resources are the resources that do not renew themselves, and once they are used up, they are never used again, that is, they are forever given up. The supply of these non-renewable resources comes from the earth itself, and it generally takes some millions of years to develop. Examples: fossil fuels, coal, crude oil or petroleum, natural gas, nuclear fuels. The energy obtained by burning these fuels is used in transportation, in generating electricity, in industries, and cooking food in houses, etc. Trees and animals, which were buried for lakhs of years inside the earth, ultimately convert into fuels. These non-renewable resources must be used in limit, otherwise they will get exhausted. Conservation of non-renewable resources. Instead of using wood, use natural gas. Use gobar gas. Save petrol and diesel. Save electricity. Reduce the use of TV, fans, etc. Instead of using electronic appliances for household work, we can do the work manually and save fuel resources. Usually, electricity is generated in hydroelectric plants or thermal power plants by using water and coal as primary resources. Thus, by saving electricity, we can save these resources. It is our duty to conserve these non-renewable resources not only for us but also for our future generations. Knowledge check. Attempt the following questions to check your understanding. Here, let us know what is a renewable energy resource. Renewable or infinite energy resources are the sources of power that can quickly replenish by themselves and can be used again and again. Examples: water, solar energy, wind power, water power, tidal streams, thermal power, geothermal. Next, let us study in brief about solar energy, wind energy, and water energy. First, let us study about solar energy and its appliances. Solar energy is nothing but the energy produced directly by the sun, which is collected normally by the earth. There are many ways in which we can trap the sun as an energy source and use the sun's rays. Solar energy is used for cooking food with a solar cooker. It is also used to dry clothes, grains, and fish. Solar energy is available freely in nature and causes no pollution. Solar cells are used in many scientific and technological applications such as artificial satellites, wireless transmission systems, traffic signals, calculators, solar heaters, solar car, emergency lamp, radio, television, computer, etc. In our country, Gujarat uses solar energy to a maximum level. In schools and government offices, they use electric appliances that utilize solar energy. Make a note. When sun rays fall on the solar cells, they produce electricity. Current. Electricity produced during daytime is stored in charging the batteries. This charging is used to light up the streets at night. Here, let us know what wind energy is and how it is caused. Moving air is called wind. Wind has a lot of energy. It can lift heaps of sand and pile them into sand dunes, and it can blow against huge trees and send them crashing. Let us look how energy generated by wind is used in our daily life. The image on the screen is a dynamo. This dynamo is connected to the cycle. Because of this dynamo, when the cycle is moving, the bulb lights up. This indicates that fast-moving cycle tires generate energy. Wind energy is efficiently converted into electrical energy with the help of a windmill. The structure of a windmill is similar to the structure of the fan that is erected at some height on a rigid support. These large fans move when wind blows. When these fans move, electricity gets generated due to the energy of the wind. The blades of a windmill rotate as long as the wind is blowing. The output of a single windmill is not sufficient and cannot be used for commercial purposes. Thus, a number of windmills are arranged in a place where wind blows heavily, like on hills or on seashores. Wind energy is used in the following manner. In winnowing, agricultural methods to separate grains and husk, to remove husk from grains. In propelling sailboats in rivers and seas for transport purpose. In water lifting pump, the rotatory motion of the windmill blades is used to lift water from a well. In flour mills, the rotatory motion of the blades of windmill is used to grind the grains and make it into flour. Engineless aeroplanes called gliders totally depend upon wind energy for their flight. Today, wind energy is also used to generate electricity. Now, let us discuss in brief about water energy. When water flows or falls, energy can be generated. The generation of energy through water is usually carried out in large water power plants with a number of process steps and the use of several devices such as turbines and generators. The energy in water can be used to produce electricity. Observe the images of Nagarjuna Sagar project and Srisailam project on the screen. Nagarjuna Sagar project is located in Nalgonda district of Telangana and Srisailam project is located in Kurnool district of Andhra Pradesh. These projects use stored water to generate electricity. Electricity generated by using the water is called hydroelectricity. Hydro power plants produce electricity. They convert the potential energy of falling water into electricity. When the water flowing in a river is stored in a reservoir of high-rise dam, and if the gates of the dam are opened, then the water rushes down from the top of the dam with a great force and passes through pipes called penstock to drive the large water turbines. These turbines are connected to the electrical generators which generate electric current. This electricity is supplied from powerhouses through transformers. The power stations where electricity is generated from water are called hydroelectric power stations. Electricity can even be generated with water vapor that is produced when water is heated with coal. This is called thermal electricity. Now let us do an activity. Drag the pictures into the correct category. Knowledge check. Attempt the following questions to check your understanding. Here, let us know the energy resources in future. As the petrol and coal reserves are diminishing continuously with the increase of consumption, we need to limit the usage of these reserves and depend upon the energy resources that do not lessen even after use. Effective methods like solar energy, wind energy, hydro energy must be found out by experimenting. The table on the screen gives information about the depleting non-renewable resources and non-depleting renewable resources. Let us study about conservation of energy resources. As the energy is needed for our survival and prosperity, we need to think of proper ways of utilizing different energy resources in nature. We should try to conserve energy resources. We need to reduce the pollution. We should not waste fuels, instead save them for future. We should decrease the use of non-renewable resources and increase the use of renewable resources. Next, let us study how to save fuels. The following are some of the measures to be taken for conserving our fossil fuels. It is better to walk, ride bicycles, or use public transportation like bus or train instead of traveling in personal vehicles. Do not use electric lamps as far as possible in the daytime. Instead, open windows and doors to keep the house well lighted and ventilated. Use stairs instead of lift. Use fluorescent tubes instead of bulbs in your homes. During winter, use sweater or warm clothes instead of using heaters. Use high-efficiency machines and engines to reduce air pollution. Switch off the power while going out of the house and at nights while sleeping. Do not keep the lights on in bathrooms and toilets when not required. Do not use geysers, electric cookers, microwave ovens, electric iron boxes, washing machines, grinders, etc. except in case of emergency. Use natural air for cooling our bodies. Use fans only when needed. Air conditioners will not be necessary if you grow plants and trees in your surroundings. Do not burn coal or wood unnecessarily. Make compost of leaves and garbage. Do not pollute air by burning them. Do not waste water. Take steps to conserve water. We get energy through food material. Do not waste food material. Do not overheat materials because more fuel is used and the nutritive values are also lost. Knowledge check. Attempt the following questions to check your understanding. Keywords. List of keywords are shown on the screen. Summary. Let us recap the highlights of this chapter. The ability to do work is called energy. Energy makes plants grow, it helps people to carry things, it cooks food, and it lights our homes. Energy is the basis for all operations, work and movements. Energy is used for different purposes and in different forms. Energy is obtained from different sources like sun, wind, water, petrol, diesel, coal, gas, etc. Resources of energy are classified into two groups. They are non-renewable resources and renewable resources. A non-renewable resource or finite energy resource is the resource that does not renew itself, and once it is used up, it is never used again. That is, it is forever gone. Renewable or infinite energy resources are the sources of power that can quickly replenish by themselves and can be used again and again. Solar energy is nothing but the energy produced directly by the sun. Moving air is called wind. Wind energy is efficiently converted into electrical energy with the help of a windmill. Electricity generated by using water is called hydroelectricity. Electricity can even be generated with water vapor that is produced when water is heated with coal. This is called thermal electricity. We should decrease the use of non-renewable resources and increase the use of renewable resources. Read the following questions and attempt the answers on your own. You can click answer for your reference. Follow-up work. Take up the following activities. Ask your parents how do they save electricity. Power cuts are more nowadays. Meet the electricity officer of your area. Ask him about the reasons for power cut. How many units are spent in a month? Observe and write how many units of electricity is consumed in your house. How much money is paid in a month towards the electricity bill? Visit 4 of your friends' houses. How much money is paid in a month towards electricity bill? How many units are consumed? What are the reasons? Collect the details and write them down in the table. Prepare slogans to make everyone aware that water and electricity must be saved. Prepare a working model of a windmill. Test your understanding of the chapter by taking the mock unit test. You have successfully completed the chapter Energy.